Hi, I'm Engineer Albino, working Station 7 in Sun City, and you're watching Report on Conditions. Hola, soy Ingeniero Albino, estoy trabajando en Estación 7 en Sun City, y estás viendo Report on Conditions.
This week, we take you to several water rescues throughout the northwest portion of the county, and we visit Desert Hot Springs High School to help teach their students the consequences of drunk driving.
Engine 1 with report on conditions.
Hi, I'm Alex Izaguirre, and thank you for joining CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department's Report on Conditions. For the past week, from February 5th to February 11th, our firefighters responded to 3,696 calls for service, including 2,799 medical emergencies and 74 fire-related calls. Of the fire calls, 2 were vegetation fires and 19 were structure fires. Let's take a look at a few highlighted incidents from the past week. On Monday, February 5th and Tuesday, February 6th, Southern California experienced an atmospheric river that dumped several inches of rain on our area. During that time, our firefighters were busy with calls for service, including several water rescues from the Santa Ana River bottom areas. One incident, the Mission incident, occurred around 6 a.m. on Monday, with several firefighters responding to the bridge near Mission Boulevard and Crestmore Road to assist several people who were in the river bottom stuck on an island. The truck company used their 100-foot aerial ladder to lower a rescuer into the river bottom and assist 2 people and 1 dog. Later that same day, the truck company and engines responded to the Van Buren incident in the river bottom area near Clay Street in Van Buren to assist Riverside City Fire with additional parties that needed rescue from a rapidly flooding area. CAL FIRE Riverside County firefighters hoisted 6 people and several dogs to safety. None of the rescue parties involved in either incident were injured. As rain continued to pour over the Inland Empire, on Tuesday, February 6th at around 4:30 p.m., firefighters responded to reports of children in a storm channel near the intersection of Cottonwood Avenue and Dillbeck Drive in Moreno Valley. 2 Riverside County Sheriff's deputies spotted the patient in the water and climbed over the side of an abutment to secure the juvenile until rescue crews could arrive to get them out of the channel. A truck's aerial ladder was used to lower a firefighter and secure the patient, then lifted both rescuer and patient out. The patient suffered minor injuries and was transported to the hospital via ground ambulance. The other reported juveniles were able to safely get out of the channel on their own and were not injured. The sheriff's deputies were also able to climb out of the channel with no injuries. On Wednesday, February 7th at around 3:45 p.m., firefighters responded to a reported big rig on fire on the east side of Interstate 10 near Chiraco Summit. The first arriving engine reported a fully involved tractor with a detached trailer and requested a water tender. While firefighters were working on extinguishing the fire, another incident occurred on the westbound side of Interstate 10, approximately half a mile from the original, involving a 2-vehicle collision with fire. Firefighters responded to the new incident and located 1 patient suffering from serious injuries, as well as a fully involved semi-truck. An airship was requested for the patient and they were flown to a local trauma center. The traffic on I-10 was stopped for several hours while fire crews worked on containing both fires on opposite sides of the interstate. Our final incident recap of the week takes us to a structure fire in the city of Moreno Valley that occurred on Sunday, February 11th at around 11:45 a.m. in the 11,800 block of Meadowwood Way. 911 dispatchers received multiple reports of a house on fire, and the first arriving engine company officer reported heavy smoke and fire visible from the 2-story single-family dwelling. Firefighters were able to quickly contain the fire to the structure, but it sustained major damage. Fire personnel worked on salvage and overhaul for approximately 3 hours. The American Red Cross was requested to assist 5 adults that were displaced, and 1 civilian patient was assessed for a medical complaint, but ultimately did not get transported to the hospital. There were no injuries to firefighters reported.
The Riverside County Fire Department is currently enrolling volunteer reserve firefighters and other vital volunteer roles. Whether you want to start an exciting career in the fire service or just want to serve your community, visit rvcfire.org to find out more.
Chocolate can be poisonous to both dogs and cats. However, dogs are much more likely to consume chocolate. The signs from chocolate poisoning can range from mild to severe and can even lead to death. While small doses of chocolate may not be an issue, generally speaking, the darker and more bitter the chocolate, the more toxic it is to your pet. Initial signs of poisoning include restlessness, hyperactivity, panting, pacing, and an elevated heart rate. But as poisoning progresses, more serious signs can occur, such as abnormal heart rhythms, tremors, seizures, and even collapse. For more information on chocolate poisoning in dogs, cats, and other pets, please visit our website. If your pet has ingested chocolate, please contact your veterinarian or call Pet Poison Helpline immediately.
We're out here today at Station 83 to sort of celebrate and acknowledge the receipt of this patrol unit, which will add enhanced fire protection services for the French Valley area. With this piece of equipment, it allows us to add enhanced services without the typical costs that would accompany a full-sized engine at this station. And it's not like you go down to the local auto dealer and just buy these off the lot. In my district here, this is something I've pushed for at least more than 2 years, and the chief has been working on that, and we finally accumulated enough funding to get it done, make the purchase. So that's added safety for my residents and my constituents, and I'm always looking for ways to add safety to my community, as well as adding safety for our firefighters.
Yeah, I got eyes on him right now. I'll bring him that way.
Fire department, what is the hours of the emergency? We were driving and then a car just came, my friends and stuff, they're all hurt. We need you guys to hurry.
You head on with major injuries. 6 patients, possible DUI.
Hi, my name is Matt McDonald, Battalion Chief here at the City of Desert Hot Springs. We're out here at Desert Hot Springs High School for the Every 15 Minutes program against drunk driving. Today they set up a mock car accident where we responded into with AMR, Reach 81 from Rongo, the coroner's office, and 2 engines and a BC, where we did a mock extrication of a vehicle where we had 1 fatality and 4 patients with a 1 drunk driver. I think the biggest takeaway from it is that there is consequences to drinking and driving out here, and they realize that. They get to see the actual consequences, that their peers are involved in this, and not just somebody portraying it on TV. I think it's very realistic. We've been planning this for over 6 months now, and we've tried to do everything we can to make it as realistic as possible. Drinking and driving does have its consequences, and it's super important to make sure we stay away from the drugs and alcohol when we're driving vehicles. And be safe out there during prom and your events at school.
That concludes this week's Report on Conditions. Follow @CalFire RRU on social media to stay up to date on notable incidents. Did you happen to capture any pictures or videos of our firefighters in action? If so, send them our way at rrupio@fire.ca.gov. On behalf of your CAL FIRE, Riverside County Fire Department Public Affairs and Community Education Bureau, I'm Alex Azaguirre. Thanks for watching.